Don't blame him.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
man.
We have a friend that lives in 1200 Lakeshore Drive, and he went out early summer to his house in California, and he hasn't been back yet. And his wife usually walks to work downtown a few blocks. She's afraid to walk anymore. She doesn't even do that. So, she's a lawyer, but she can do a lot of that at home. But there's a lot of them saying we're not staying any longer.
Wow.
But it does look crazy.
Yeah.
How's your area?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know if you saw the story, but one of the jewelry malls at the corner of Wabash and Madison that got hit again. There was one of the guys, the guy that owns the booth right by the door, was in his booth with a gun, defending his business. They interviewed him on TV. He's the guy that made our engagement ring. I didn't buy the diamond there, but he was the guy that helped us design the ring and made it.
At that Paul Young, is it?
No, the guy's name is Terry.
Okay, but yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Talk about your moment of fame, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You did get the ring before that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I had it for weeks. I couldn't figure out how to give it to her. Every time I come up with a plan to go somewhere, she would shoot it down because of the pandemic. We were going to go to Geneva National for a weekend and play golf and dinner on the lake, and she shot that down. And then, okay, we'll go to Saugatuck. No, Michigan they don't wear their masks. She's not going there. And so a few years ago, I had rented a big boat for a realtor party. So I had this brainstorm. We'll go rent a big boat and spend a day out on the lake, honey. And she said, why do we need to go blow all that money? Why don't we just take the jet ski, go up to Waukegan, and put the tent on the bay? We'll haul the tent on the jet ski, and we'll go to that little private beach that we know and hang out, and it's free. I said, yeah, and I couldn't tell her, there's no way in hell I'm taking this ring on that jet ski. I'm lucky if I don't lose it in my bedroom. I know me. I lose my phone 2 to 3 times a day, and my glasses 4 to 5. So,
how funny.
It's only misplaced.
So what did you finally end up doing?
We ended up a week ago Saturday night. We set up, we had dinner at Morton's, and the one here in Schaumburg where we tend to go on a fairly regular basis. And I got a hold of the manager and set it up, and they did a beautiful job with it.
Oh,
it worked out perfectly.
How cool. That's fun. Couldn't catch a break there, huh?
Well, it worked out like it was supposed to, I guess.
Yep.
Was she surprised?
Oh yeah, floored. Okay. Absolutely floored.
Did she say yes?
Yes. I was pretty,
good question.
Yeah, I was pretty confident, but she was still floored.
Said, "Ooh, I have to think about that."
She looked at the ring and looked at me and said, "What did you do?"
Oh,
that was kind of cool.
How fun! That's awesome. And Ken, tell us about your trip. What all did you see?
I went to Yellowstone. It was a 12-day trip. Went to Yellowstone, right to Yellowstone, and spent 3 nights in the park. I was over by, stayed by the Old Faithful Inn, that area there. I stayed in one of the lodges and the cabins. And so it was nice. It was nice. The only thing I didn't like about being in Yellowstone, no internet service at all, no cell phone service.
Oh.
You couldn't make any phone calls. You couldn't. I couldn't send any pictures out. I was going to send pictures out to people, and I couldn't do it because there was no service at all through the park. So
where did you enter the park?
I entered on the east end. for going through Cody, Wyoming.
Okay.
So, and it was good. I mean, I had good weather the whole time I was gone. I mean, didn't have rain, except it had rain the day I went to visit my brother in Utah, and the day I went to go see them, it started raining right as I got near his house. So, and he said it hasn't rained there for days.
Oh,
But
But
it was
you
nice seeing my brother. I've seen him in his house in Utah and his wife, and it's been a while since I've seen them. So, but it was a nice trip. It was a nice trip, and I spent a couple nights in the Grand Tetons. So just beautiful out there. I got a bunch of pictures posted on my Facebook page. If you
cool.
had time to look at those. I got not all of them, but I got a bunch of them. I took a lot of pictures.
Nice. And Richard, how are you?
You talking to me?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. My big news is just under 2 weeks ago, I got knee replacement surgery. So,
Oh,
yep. I'm
how are
doing
you doing?
excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm walking around. I was walking around like 3 days after surgery. And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I need to get the other one done. So, I mean, it feels, it feels good to get the first one, and then, I'll feel better about getting the second one done. Hopefully I'll get it done before the end of the year. So going into next year, I'll be a new man.
Hey,
Oh,
Rich,
New cards.
it's tough getting
That's
old, isn't it?
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No kidding. Yeah.
where did you have it done?
You know what? I have all my doctors are at North Shore.
Okay,
Yeah. So right at Skokie Hospital is where
cool.
all the orthopedics are. And yeah, I really like the doctor. I mean, he good guy. And so I've been doing like in-home, like they do in-home kind of care for first couple weeks.
Okay.
You take out the staples in the knee tomorrow.
Oh,
And
boy.
I start outpatient therapy after that, but I'm hopeful that, I'll be, I'm already walking around pretty normal. I mean, it's,
Wow.
it's still going to take time, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. Thanks for asking.
Very cool. Now, what part of the joint did they replace, both the tibia as well as the
Yeah.
femur? Yeah.
Yep. They sort of cut off the top of the femur, and then they cut off at the tibia, and they put in, prosthetics. And I think they also do something on the bottom of the kneecap.
Okay. Yep.
But
wow.
I don't think they actually have to. I always thought they'd like severed off the your quad muscle, but I think they can just move it over while they're
I
doing.
think so too. Yep.
Yeah. And so my wife just asked me, she said, what is it, or maybe it was my mother. She said, does it feel like your normal knee? And I said, it really does. I mean, I was sitting there the other day, and you know how when you can move your leg and you can get a little ticking going with your bones kind of rubbing together.
Yeah.
It does the same thing. So it's,
Oh,
yeah, it's like the real deal. So,
wow.
yeah. So,
Anything you would do differently, or that you would recommend if somebody's going to have a replacement done?
you know what? I think it's all about timing. I mean, I think most people either don't wait long enough or they wait too long, right? And so I didn't want to do it too soon because, you don't want to have to go through surgery twice. It doesn't last forever.
Right.
I think my timing is really good. The surgeon told my wife after the surgery. By the way, she couldn't even come into the hospital. She literally dropped me off. I walked into the hospital, and then she had to pick me up as I was discharged. So she could not even be there. But the doctor told her, he said there was nothing left of that knee.
Wow.
Oh,
Had every bit of use out of it. So
Jeez.
And how
Uh,
much pain were you in before you decided to have the surgery? My husband's, like trying to delay the surgery. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say, Lori, I was always able to kind of, while I was sitting or at night sleeping, I never had pain that would keep me up. So I never had, that was always the thing that sort of kept me going. But it got to the point where, I was becoming bow-legged, and that's the other thing. My leg is straight now. They can actually straighten your leg out.
wow.
So the bow-leggedness is gone. But, I couldn't walk. If I had to, I would take the train to work every day, and I'd literally go from Union Station across the river to my office building. And even that walk of less than 2 blocks would be painful for me. So, when walking gets hard, I knew it was time. Yeah.
He's still walking, so I guess he's going to delay it a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my story.
Did you have to
Wow.
stay in the hospital overnight, or did they do it as outpatient?
Just overnight.
Isn't it amazing?
And then you're out, and you get an ice. They call it an ice machine. It's sort of like a little ice chest that has a motor in it, and you put like water bottles or ice in it, and then it circulates the water around your knee. That thing was a lifesaver. It's constantly keeps.
Wow.
Or stop video?
Start video.
I got that already.
Anyhow, all's good.
Very good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, thanks.
Wonderful. Hey, Bill.
Oh, well.
Hi, Rick.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Look at you and your Chicago Cubs. I love it.
Okay.
Dale.
Nice to see you guys. I almost forgot I was at Siesta Key Beach today.
Oh,
And I have my girlfriend down here, and we're hanging out. Like, I played golf this morning. I shot a 51 at 9,
Oh.
and I was kind of pissed because I could do better. I'm so competitive, and when you start to suck, you get pissed off.
Stop video?
Whatever. Then we went to the beach, hung out, had a nice time. I go, wait a minute, it's 7 o'clock here, and it's got to be 6 o'clock. So I'm sorry I'm late, but good to see everyone.
you too. You look so tan.
What did
So
you
now they know
say
that-
you shot today?
I shot a 51,
Okay.
but you know,
How many
guys,
holes?
in 9.
Pull that up, please.
Yeah, I
But-
shot about the same thing this morning here, and I wasn't happy either.
No, I wasn't happy either, Jeff. I was pissed off at everything. But anyhow, I work out like 3-4 times a week playing pickleball, and I'm down to about 191 pounds, 192 pounds. I feel pretty good.
Wow.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, and I'm trying to stay in shape. Rich, you would understand that, Mr. Makalinsky.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I had my my daughter and my granddaughter over the weekend. They live about 2 hours north of me in Weeki Wachee, Florida.
Right.
So it was a nice weekend, and I'm just hoping everyone else is doing well. You all look great. Hey, Bob Morrison, I didn't know you had a 76 Kawasaki's in your driveway or garage.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I bought it back in '76. Used to ride with Jim Trazo, Joe Levantino, all the time back
Oh my
then.
gosh.
But I still have it.
Wow.
Haven't ridden it in a long time. I got a Heritage now that I ride.
Yeah.
Really. So,
Mm-hmm.
but actually haven't ridden much this last year because of this virus, and I'm trying to play it safe because of my mom and my dad are real high risk. So not even going on any rides or we ride with 2 chapters, and well, 3 really. One's a medical support chapter, and they're starting their rides in the last month, but I've been playing it safe and I'm not really going with them.
You know, it's really scary. You know, you're just talking about that. It's really scary down here. There's so many people that don't pay attention. And there's a lot of people from every other angle, every portion of the United States are down here. And you don't know, like, to wear bright green or like look like a, you know, you don't know what to do to try to stay safe. So I don't ride my bike a lot, but I got it working and it's beautiful.
It looks great. I liked it.
It's a 1980, for everyone else that doesn't know what we're talking about, it's a 1980 Kawasaki 1000 LTD. Steve Ehas and I, back in the day, we both had 1976 Kawasaki's down in Nordica, along, you know, where Steve lived and I lived on Nordica. And his bike was so loud that when he started, I could hear it on Nordica. So I know he had to piss everyone else off in Niles. Now who cares? But I still talk to Ehas a lot, just, you know, so we can all, you know, and he's out in Arizona. He's not divorced, but he's not really living with his ex, with his wife either. He's out there and he has property. He stays with his mother and somewhere, it's a big area in the middle of the desert, but he's looking up in the hills now to buy something to get out of the heat. Because if you're paying attention, it's about 115 there every day.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
It is. That's crazy.
Been pretty hot down where you are too.
It's been hot, but you know what? You know, like I retired. Like finally, July 20th, my last day at Commonwealth Edison in Chicago. 30 years I put in. And I was going to retire April 20th, like National Marijuana Day, just for kicks, right? And so everyone's looking at me, Dale, seriously, you're going to, you know, you don't even get high. I know, but it's a funny date. So then that COVID-19 hit. I said, well, screw that. All right, let's do June 2nd. June 2nd, about mid-May, my boss comes to me. He goes, hey, Dale, go to Florida. You know, we don't even have anyone take your spot yet. Human resources all screwed up. Go down there and live and, you know, retire after your 30 years, which was July 17th. So I said, cool. Put the 17th, all right, give me the 20th. I'll milk a few more days. I'm done. So I finally finished working, is, I guess, my story.
Congratulations.
It's
Amen.
awesome.
Good job. Congratulations.
Yay.
Thanks, Jeff. Where are you at, Jeff?
I'm in Schaumburg. I never left the Chicago area.
Okay. Okay.
I moved out here about 8 years ago from the sit back. I was back into the city and moved out here, fell in love, and she was younger and still had her kids were still in school.
Beautiful.
So I headed back. I came out here and her kids are pretty much grown now. Mine are making babies and getting married and stuff.
Perfect.
And actually, I normally spend somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks a year down in Florida. Obviously, that hasn't happened this year.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
Yeah,
what, Jeff?
I have more and more people coming. Like you guys probably know Mike Mitchell from high school.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Morton Grove guy. You know, he wasn't a Niles boy or nothing like that. But he was a fireman in Morton Grove for about 30 years. And when I was a young man, the first house I bought in 1977, I bought it with Mike Mitchell. We were both bachelors. And our parents had to cough up $5,000 a piece for us, so we'd had money to put a downstroke it out.
Wow.
I know, it's funny.
Yeah, say hi to Mitch for me, Dale.
Yeah, I will. I will, Mac. He's doing well. He actually bought. He and Laura bought a place in Fort Myers. They're going to come down probably in the winter. She wants to come down. Mitch goes, I like the cold. I go, you're an idiot or whatever. But whatever. They're coming down.
In Cape Coral. My best friend has a home in Cape Coral that I go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where my brother is.
Right across from Fort Myers.
Yeah, it's 70 miles from here. South.
Uh-huh.
which
My
is,
brother's been
yeah.
in Fort Myers since he graduated from medical school. He went for, he does radiation tech, and he does them down in Cape Coral. He never came back to Niles other than visiting. He decided to move down there with a bunch of guys. They all got jobs. They've been there ever since, and that's like 1980 or something like that.
Yeah.
I love it down there with them. So that's where we stay, where we go. It's pretty cool.
Not
Nice
bad.
area. Nice area.
Hey, Bill Johnson, so what have you been doing with yourself?
I'm working. We haven't had any carnival rides up all year because our wonderful governor, but we just finished about 5 weeks now with our funnel cake stand. We're worked in Niles at Lone Tree Mass weekend, and this week now for 3 weeks we're going to be at the DuPage County Fairgrounds. They're doing a dinosaur exhibit, so I got 2 food stands. So I think I'm working harder now than if I had the whole carnival up, because I'm actually helping working a window or doing something because I don't want to pay the payroll. So
We
would have been the carnival would have been. We would have been almost out of debt if I'd have got this year in, and now I got to borrow money to stay afloat, but still got some employees. I only got about 6 employees right now working, but
You getting
trying to stay going.
getting any federal money?
I'm getting a couple dollars. Last
Okay.
weekend was good. I'm hoping these next 3 weeks is I'm expecting big crowds here. So you gotta Google Dinosaur Adventure, DuPage County Fairgrounds, and 1,200 cars a day. So I'm hoping that they all buy food.
Put it on
Perfect.
your Facebook like you did the Niles one, and we'll share it. I mean, I still got people that live out in DuPage, and they go out for things like that. So I could
All
share it
right.
for you.
Yeah, I know we did the Niles. I think my wife put it on our website, but I'll have to look at that. DuPage is doing most of the promotions, or actually the dinosaur guy. It's been all over the news and all over the radio,
Yeah.
and they were just at Minnesota State Fairgrounds, and they were doing 2,000 cars a day. They had to lower it to 1,500 cars because traffic backed up. So
Wow.
it's pretty
Everybody's
neat.
looking for something to do.
Is this dinosaur thing a
It's
drive-through?
all drive-through.
Or is it a walk-through?
It's all drive-through. Yeah, it's all
Okay.
drive-through. I don't know how many acres they're taking up with dinosaurs, and they unloaded trucks today. We set up today, so it looked
That's cute.
pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
unlike Dale,
I mean-
I'm still working, and I'm gonna have to sign off because I promised a client that I would call and take them through a purchase. But it was
Hey,
great to see
Good for
everybody.
you.
Good to see you, Jeff.
Good to see
Care,
you.
Jeff.
And
care, Jeff.
congratulations
Jeff.
again.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Jeff.
Congratulations,
I look
buddy.
forward to the next one.
Jeff, I got a part-time job. I'm going to be security at Ringling Brothers Museum in Sarasota.
Oh,
Oh,
Good.
really?
Oh, that is an awesome place.
Insert joke here, like I could be the night watchman or
Yes.
why not?
All right, guys, enjoy.
something. All right, Jeff,
Bye.
thanks. Good to see you.
Take it easy, Jeff.
Take care,
Bye.
Jeff.
Here. Oh, Dale, that is a great place. You're gonna love it.
Well, and I've been there before. And about 3 weeks ago, I'm golfing with some guy, and he's a doctor, 65 or 70 years old. I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I tried golfing 3 times a week, and I'm getting bored, so I got a job." I go, "Where'd you get a job?" Ringling Brothers. And all the bells and whistles in my head went off because I love the place too. Brent.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going there. So, well, it's actually Florida State University does all the HR stuff. So I got online that day, and I actually had like a Zoom. You guys know STAR interviews, situation, task, action, result interviews they do in the corporations. They do one of these on me. I've been doing it with kids that work for me for 20 years now. They're doing a STAR interview on me. I go, "Oh, this is what in my own head." I go, "You guys are doing this to me?"
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
Like it's not like they're paying me Trump money,
Yeah.
So, anyhow, I think I got hired. I had the fingerprints Friday. Everything should be good. I think I started in September just to get out of the house because
Yeah.
I can't sit still.
Yeah.
You know,
It eases into
Something to
the
do.
let's not do anything. Yeah.
and I got to get out. I got to do something, and I can only play with. I have, like Bob. You'll appreciate this. So many cars down here. 2 cars, motorcycle, this, that. And all this crap. And there's a drag strip about 1.5 miles away from me north. It's called the Bradenton Motor Speedway. So that's a Friday night thing. But it's just, you need something to do to keep your head active. Otherwise, we're at that age. If you don't stay active, you don't work out, you're going to go crazy.
Yep.
So, I
Yep.
suggest all of us work out, lift a few weights, and get out and walk and breathe.
Yes. How do you like Lakewood Ranch?
Lakewood Ranch
Yeah.
is very busy here.
Yeah.
It's Bradenton, which is north of Sarasota. It's east of 75, and it's a beautiful area. But the one thing that they did here was there's open areas that, I think it was a shorter manatee, whatever it was, that they said you have to have open areas. So you go some areas and there's a bunch of cows. Like when I used to leave my place, there was cows. Now it's Pulte building homes there. But when I first got down here in 16, 17, I hadn't retired, but I was buying. And it was beautiful. Now it's, you got to go out a little bit further east. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the area that it can't be all built in. There's open areas and there's going to be cows and everything and beautiful open areas, just polo grounds, things like that. So it's not bad.
Good.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's better than Downers Grove or Morton Grove, I guess.
Amen. No.
Anything is better than Illinois.
At this point, yeah, we all agree with that.
Well, my
Did
pension check is.
anybody talk to anybody in California? Did you hear what the guy in California wants to do? If you move from California, he wants to tax you for 10 years. So if you move out of California, they want to charge, he's trying to, the representative's trying to get a pay tax for the next 10 years.
It doesn't even sound
If
legal.
something happens there, I see Illinois doing that. I don't think it's legal either, but that doesn't mean they're not going to do it.
Right.
Whoa.
So
Rick, how are you?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, there you are. And we see you.
I'm new to this Zoom thing, and I've been trying to get on the past couple of times, and I'm slowly figuring it out, but I think I got it.
You're doing it, buddy.
You're on.
Got it.
Out here in Arizona, I mean, it's been like 40 days of over 110.
Oh.
It's already 100 degrees at 9 o'clock, and it's still 105 at 10 o'clock at night.
Do you go outside at all?
Pardon?
Do you go outside at all?
Oh, yeah, you go outside, air conditioning, the truck, that type of thing.
Wow.
Haven't been able to take my dog for a walk at all. It's just been too hot.
Yeah.
So which part of Arizona are you in?
I'm in Tempe,
Okay.
and I know about Steve Ehouse lives out here somewhere. I just need to try to get a hold of him, give him a call or something to get together, because I know we used to hang together in school.
He's
But,
in Sun City.
I'm retired as well, so I'm not working. So I'm just hanging out at home, trying to stay COVID free, if you will.
Ehas was down by me about a month ago. He looks good and he plays pickleball all the time. So he's in really good shape. And then he starts buying all his fruit and stuff and telling me how to eat. It was great. I said, all right, Steve, the week's over. Get the hell out of here.
No more health.
This health stuff.
I'm just kidding. But it was good to see him.
About having the street bikes. I've had a load of street bikes over the years, and still busy playing in the dirt. So I still want to get a Harley someday when I'm done playing in the dirt. So,
You're driving dirt bikes, Rich?
well, I used to. I've had dirt bikes, ATVs. Now I have a side-by-side.
Okay.
One of those, glorified golf carts that they call them, whatever. But did some racing for a couple years, and now I just changed the oil in it today, as a matter of fact. getting it ready. I go on poker runs and runs around Arizona, things like that with it. Just have fun.
You got your concealed carry?
What's that?
You have your concealed carry?
Oh yeah, got a concealed carry. Yep. You don't really need it here in Arizona, but I've taken the courses and things, and just want to be as legal as possible if ever the case arrives.
I hear you.
You need it in Illinois. We just bought 3 shotguns. So
Wow.
you never know. You got to have home protection.
Yep.
Well, it's sad, but I agree with you. And, you know, the way things are going and they're attacking people on their own property, like, I don't get it, you know, at all. But kind of scary.
Now, in the states where you guys are located, are you having cities that are having riots like they are in Chicago on the weekends and looting and all of that as well? Because we don't really see that on the national news. I don't really know what's happening around the rest of the country.
Not so much in Phoenix. There hasn't been that many in Phoenix.
Oh, good.
You know, maybe a month or so ago, but not every day like Portland or New York or something like that.
In Florida, absolutely not.
Oh.
Like
No,
they try
Tampa.
to do,
Tampa
they
had
try-
it.
yeah, they try to do it up in Tampa.
Yeah.
They try to do Tampa, but you know, like the police down here, they're not
putting up with it.
They're really not putting up with it, which is cool.
Yeah.
There
I'll
was,
tell you what, the Chicago police for about the last month have been letting them do it, but past weekend they were knocking people out. I really think that the new chief decided, hey, we're not going to be Portland. You guys want to, you know, if you want to protest, it's fine if it's peaceful, but you start hitting people or burning, we're just going to take action. I have no problem with that.
It's about time, actually.
Yeah, it is.
There's
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
You guys heard from Denny Mac